Hey YouTube, what's up? I finally got the rest of my Zelda books in, completing my Nintendo collection, the comic series. Also, I have the Super Nintendo Link to the Past comic book, and a Penny Arcade book that they put out at some sort of expo. Probably a PAX deal. But anyways, let's go ahead and check them out real quick. We'll start with this one. This is obviously the least rare, being that it's the most current. But it's cool. I like it. The artwork and writing is by Mike Krahulik and Jerry Hawkins. They did a good job with this. It's basically just going through the first part of Skyward Sword. I mean, you kind of see, like, it looks very similar to the intro of the game. Really cool artwork. I like the way that it was done, to be honest. It's real colorful. They made Princess Zelda look pretty funny there. She's super excited. But yeah, I mean, this is, I guess, to get people really amped up about the game, and it's a good book. I like the art and everything. Good pickup. This is really cheap on eBay right now. I think you can probably find one for less than $5, and that's like with shipping included. So, good find. Cool little book to have. You know, nice part of the Skyward Sword kickoff. Next, I have the Valiant comics book series. I got there's 5 of them in the series. Kind of go through these in order here. This is issue 1. You can see all of them are official Nintendo licensed products. The artwork in these is, I like it, it's cool. This follows right after Zelda 2, and it's got a lot of the same enemies in there. Let me go ahead and open this one up real quick. Show you what I'm talking about. So you open it up, oh yeah, I got a kick out of this. First page, you got a video game ad for Little Nemo's, the Dream Master. I remember owning that game on the Nintendo, and I loved it so much. I still actually have it. I got it on an emulator for my Dreamcast. But that was one of my favorite Nintendo games. I loved the movie that came out for it too, when I was a kid. So that game was really cool. I remember it being really difficult too. Anyways, moving on to the Zelda comic. It's cool. You can see that, like, it's very similar, almost in the way that the animated series was done. Except in this one, you can tell more that the Princess Zelda is actually attracted to Link. Where in the series, it was always like, you know, he was kind of chasing her, and she almost didn't want to have anything to do with him. But they did a really good job with this this series here. I wish there would have been more. You can see there's a lot of characters from the actual game there. Is it like an Octorok shooting like a plasma beam or something? That's pretty cool looking. And pretty creepy. Another cool thing about comics like this old is all the old like inserts and stuff in them. That's great. These were the other comic books that came out. Captain N, which used to have a Saturday morning cartoon show that I used to watch, I remember. And really goofy looking Super Mario. But yeah, I really like the old. Oh, this is pretty cool. In the middle there, it's got a fold out map of Hyrule. I guess this is the Hyrule for the comic book series. This is what they had the land looking like. I love how Hyrule always changes. Like, it's always a different land. And I've kind of talked about that on other videos, about how I believe that I like to believe in the timeline as being parallel dimensions rather than, you know, like actually happening on a certain time in history. That's cool. Yeah, man, these books are just complete kickback, nostalgic kickback. You got actual scenes like from the very similar to oh, that's cool. That's where the princess was when you start off in the game. Like this picture is kind of funny of Link. That reminds me of the CDI, the Philips CDI version. It looks a lot like him, like just really kind of odd looking. They make him look different in like every picture. It's so funny. Every single picture it's like a different looking Link. I like it. Oh, cool. That's awesome. I also was looking in the back and I noticed this. If you subscribe, you get The Legend of Zelda, 12 issues for only $18. And there's only 5 issues that came out, so I was wondering how that worked for the people that bought and paid for that. It's pretty weird. I remember this game too. That game was ridiculously hard. Well, I just remember not liking it actually. I don't really remember if it was hard or not. Anyways, moving on. So yeah, you get a kind of idea of how that goes. Here is issue 2, and I know you guys probably can't make that out. I don't know if you can or not, but it says number 4. And I've looked on every single website that I can find any information about this comic book series. Sorry, this is definitely the second book in the series. I have no idea why my particular copy that I got is marked as issue number 4. That was one thing I was really confused about. Nice. Like the back cover there. Get some Simpsons. Always gotta have Simpsons on your comics, you know? This guy almost reminds me of Error. What is he doing to Link? Jeez. So yeah, anyways, if any of you guys have any idea why my issue is marked as number 4, I know these were reprinted in 1993, however, I don't think that that's the case for this particular issue. I was wondering if this, yeah, because it's all like 1990 type stuff. So, if any of you have any clue why this book is like that, please comment below or message me, because I'm really curious. I've researched it and cannot find anything on the internet. Alright, so issue number 3. I'm not going to flip through these, just kind of show you the covers here. This is issue number 3. This one looks cool. This one, they got Link looking a lot more like the Nintendo Link that we all know here on the cover. Where on the other ones he looks kind of goofy looking. It's cool. You got some moblins, which they are called, and so you got this dark wizard holding the Triforce with Zelda there in the middle, or a piece of the Triforce at least. So yeah, that's cool. Really like this one. The purple and the yellow, the contrast looks really nice on it. Yep. So that's issue number 3. Moving on, we have my favorite, issue number 4. Just take a look at the cover. That is awesome. Try and center that there. Yeah, so, I mean, check it out. At the top there, you got Link being dragged away by what looks like, you know, some Octoroks and the Dark Wizard, which I guess is the enemy in this book series. And then down below, underneath the ground, you see Princess Zelda, like, fending off all these enemies. So in this book series, she's a lot more hands-on. It's not like rescuing her. I think she's like an actual, you know, part of the story. She's probably getting Link out of a lot of jams, and she's probably a tough character in this. I'm excited to go check these out and read them. This is the one that I just got in, the one that I was kind of searching for a while and I couldn't find, but yeah, this is by far my favorite cover. You got all of the enemies there. I mean, that's so cool. It's all the enemies from the game. What a great cover. That'd be a cool, like, tattoo if you wanted to get, like, a Zelda tattoo. That'd be, like, a really awesome sleeve. Just have it wrap around. It kind of makes Link look bad, but anyways, yeah. So that's Zelda issue 4 on the Valiant series. And the final issue, Zelda 5. Again, this guy, this enemy you ran into a lot in Death Mountain on Zelda 2. So I remember, like, this guy is so difficult. He threw the axe at you. That game in itself, like, it definitely took, like, you know, a skill. Every enemy had, like, a different way that you had to fight them. Almost like they're doing now with Skyward Sword and stuff, you know, with, like, the way that the enemies block stuff. Well, I mean, they did that in Zelda 2, and nobody really realizes it, but, I mean, that was the way it was for the knights. You had to, like, jump and kind of stab downwards at their head. I really love Zelda 2. The video game is amazing. And it doesn't get the love that it deserves, I think. And this comic book set is really cool. It's a great way to kind of carry on that story. Alright, so anyways, moving on to my absolute favorite comic book. This huge comic book. It is The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. Let me open this up real quick, take it out of the plastic, because I do want to flip through this thing just a little bit and show you guys. I mean, I'll try and hold it like this. That'll work. The color in this book, here I'll just put it down because it's not going to is amazing. It roughly goes off of A Link to the Past. I mean, you see here Link's waking up just like in the game, running out because he hears, you know, the princess calling for him. You even see him running into his uncle over here, getting the sword just like in the game. All the same characters. They do take liberties in the story, though, to kind of make the, you know, elements of surprise and just for basic storytelling reasons. But this is by far my favorite illustrated Zelda series whatsoever. This is the best. Quickly scan through this real quick and just give you guys an idea of just like the epicness of it, like the amount of color they did. Jeez, they just did such a good job with this. I definitely suggest, if you're trying to collect Zelda stuff at all, to try and go pick this one up, because it is definitely my favorite story or illustrated thing. Very cool. Sorry. And I had forgotten that I had picked this up too. And since I'm talking about all the comic book series, just thought I'd share that with you guys. This is the complete manga collection. I haven't got to reading any of these yet. However, I'm pretty interested in reading the Majora's Mask one. I've heard they definitely put a real sinister look on the mask salesman, and that game is really dark in itself, so I'm excited to read those stories. Anyways, guys, those are the Zelda books as of right now. A reminder, I do have a bunch of stuff still coming in. I got the English version, which I'll probably do like a flip through of that versus the Japanese version of Hyrule Historia coming in pretty soon. And yep, thanks guys for watching. Appreciate it.